It's a, how does it say? He might be doing you, but he's thinking about me. So anything about another lover ain't gonna find another brother. I know he's my man, he's all in my hands. He feels good when he calls my name. Don't you wish you had the same? I mean, what the fuck? Yes, let's talk about it. What's up, guys? It's your girl Phoenix Novell, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Right Hustle. Now, this episode is called My Favorite Top 5 Female R&B Songs of All Time. I am a huge R&B, hip hop and R&B fan. You know, I'm from the age and time of kind of 90s music. That's when I was really like in my prime, listening to music and really getting to feel the vibe and understand and know what was being said, if you will. So like when Mary J. Blige was doing her thing, when Destiny's Child was kind of coming up, like I'm from the 90s into the 2000s where I was really kind of like listening to music, you know, Janet Jackson and all those really good girl groups and everything. So just finished eating dinner. Where I compiled a list of my top 5. I can go on and on, but I decided to do 5 because I wanted to kind of narrow it down to just kind of give you guys the ones that really did change the game for me. So without further ado, let's hit it. All right, number 1. One of my favorite songs of all time. I don't know why, but both one of my favorite R&B songs of all time. Let me specify that. Both the music and the melody and the power and the style in which it was performed. I Can Love You, Mary J. Blige, featuring Lil' Kim, because come on, like I knew that, I knew all of it, I knew it, but just I can love you, I can love you, I can love you better than she can. I mean, what? But I would say more than anything, Mary J. Blige's tone is crazy original, crazy distinctive, crazy unique to me. You know, she has it cuts through, you know what I'm saying? It does not play well with others in a good way. You know, she stands out. It's almost how I feel about Rihanna's voice, where their voices are they're very unique, they're very strong, they're very, I don't know. See, a lot of people think that great singers have to have a certain sound, a certain style, and be able to do certain things. But I feel like when your voice can become its own instrument, its own unique thing, where it doesn't just blend in with everything. That's how I feel about Mary's voice. It's very piercing, is the word I was looking for. Same thing with Rihanna's voice. Their voice is, you're not losing it. It's not losing it. It's not just dancing along. And I'm one of them kind of people who like that, you know, who don't mind that, who like that originality. And Mary's ad-libs all day long. I don't know how long she took on them. I don't know who helped her with them, whatever it was, but they were just, where they were placed, her emotion is what really sold me on her more than anything else. Mary, I can love you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Who's gonna love you the way that I do? Who's gonna make you feel the way I do? Nobody, no. What the what? I don't care. Like, I mean, just the emotion and what she's talking about. So many of us have been there where it's like, you know what? I know I'm a great girl. I know that I can rock your fucking world. I know that with me, you know, you ain't gonna get nothing else from nowhere. Like, it just ain't gonna compare. And I was very young listening to that song, but I mean, dun, 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 like the intro, what? And then, boom, 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 boom. Like, I mean, what the, like, what? like the way that these instruments played together, and then her voice on top of it, it was such a great marriage between all of those elements combined. So that is my number one song, I Can Love You, Mary J. Blige. Number two, and these are not in order of when they came out because I don't know exactly when they came out. I know ballpark, but I don't know when. But I'm not a cheater. I've never been a cheater. I don't condone cheating. I don't think it's okay or whatever. But this next one is basically acknowledging that a relationship is, my man ain't perfect, but he loves me and I know he does. And just because a hoe might have been able to sample him doesn't mean that she's going to keep him. And it is He's Mine by Milk and Stuff. He's mine, you may have had him once, but I got him all the time. He's mine, oh my God. It's how does it say? He might be doing you, but he's thinking about me. So anything about another lover ain't gonna find another brother. I know he's my man, he's all in my hands. He feels good when he calls my name. Don't you wish you had the same? What the fuck? Yes, let's talk about it. So many women might know, we might know that our man is on some bullshit, lying, cheating, not really willing to let go of or ready to let go of his, unfaithful ways. But to address the woman, to kind of like, listen, I know who he is, I know what he's into, but let's talk about you and the kind of person who's okay with being a side piece. I liked, that's the only song I think I've heard from Milk and Stuff, actually, if I'm not mistaken. But I think I seen this artist perform the song live, sounded exactly the same as she did on the actual, track. But I wasn't I'm not gonna say I was a huge fan of her tone or anything. I just loved the songwriting. I loved the way it came together. I loved the way she delivered it. And I loved the overall, kind of just the vibe of it, And it was and even the music, do 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 do. The intro was very musical. I don't know if they were bells or if they were keys or whatever, but it was very distinct stuff going on in that track that kind of drew me in and made me say, who is this? And I would say I liked her voice because it wasn't one of those voices that was doing too much. Went out on a date, late, took him to his room and you gave it up too soon. I got all his love, baby, don't try to take it. She stayed pretty much here, for the whole song. And then at the end it was we don't have time. And then she did this really, at the end, he's mine, where she kind of went off or whatever. But for the whole song, she was real chill, like a bitch like this. Went out on a date. Real hood chick. I know who he is, but don't think for a second that's going to make me walk away or whatever. I don't agree with the moral of the song as I'm older now and realize, listen, if a dude won't cheat on you, he ain't worth keeping. You know what I mean? But yes, dope song, dope production, dope vibe, dope feel, dope all around marriage. And that was one of my favorites to listen to. I want to say it was in the 90s. Yes, I think it was in the 90s. Number 3, Mine by Mariah Carey. I don't think this was a single. I don't think this was actually a single. I could be wrong. But I heard it first. I bought Mariah's album. I'm trying to think in my brain what album this was on. It might have been E equals MC squared. But I could be wrong. Because I think I had all of Mariah's albums, but I cannot remember what album this was, but I had just got it. And I was on the bus. It's crazy because again, Mariah has so many great songs. But there was a big song that was on that album, and I don't know if it was We Belong Together. I don't know exactly. But I want to say number 5 was Mine, if I'm not mistaken. I remember when you used to be mine, way back then. I was too naive to love you right. But if I only had the opportunity, I would grow. 'Cause I know love is what I really need. But that was fine. But when she said, maybe you should be mine, I am not singing this as high as she sang this song. Maybe she was like, maybe you should be mine, mine again. Maybe we could live a dream like what we did back then, when love was yours and mine. Maybe we could bring this back to life. Whoa, my whole world was like, are you fucking kidding me? Something happened when she hit that note, mine. Maybe you should be mine. And it was full voice. I don't know what the hell, but I remember my whole body got like chills. On the bus in Philly, I was just like freaking the fuck out, because I'm like, why is this song not everywhere right now? Why is it that was an A-list, A-side #1 song to me. The melody, the lyrics and everything, but honestly to God, that chorus, whoever said that, whoever decided, whoever wrote that, whoever said, do do do, oh my God, bravo, whoever, Mariah, killing it, whatever. I played that song until it was played out. Like literally, it was one of those songs that moved the hell out of me. One of those creations that just worked so well, that just made everything else, it didn't even matter what else was on that album. That was the reason why I paid what I paid. And I did what I did, and it was done. And to this day, when I hear that song, man, she killed that fucking song. And it perfect, because you know how she does that thing where she's like, she'll go falsetto, then she'll go full voice, falsetto, full voice, and then she has a vibrato. It's like, I would grow, 'cause I know, like, love is what I really need. Maybe. So this is very falsetto. Maybe you should, but be my full voice. Just imagine. Mariah, man. All right, number 4. I actually first really started listening to the construction of this next song when I watched the producer talk about actually making it organically while Demi Lovato was in the studio with him. You know, he was just talking about, you know, he was playing everything he had for her, and she was just not very, she wasn't really feeling it. And he could see the look on her face or whatever, and then he decided to just go like play like, not like play 3 chords or whatever, and then she was just kind of like vibing, and then it kind of came to life. I don't know exactly where I saw that at, but I just love that, because I started making my own beats, and so I've gotten more into the behind the scenes and learning about producers and how they produce as well. But when he was talking about that, I was like, wow, this is crazy, you know. But I'm talking about Sorry Not Sorry, Sorry Not Sorry, Demi Lovato. Oh my gosh. First of all, this is another song where it's like high, like she's up there, you know. And so I started listening to the song. I liked it, you know. I liked the track. I like how it was constructed and put together. And I was doing a gig, and I was like, you know what? I think I could sing this. Of course, I think 1.5 steps down, just so that I won't play myself. But I lowered the key, and I was listening to a very simple song, you know. I don't want to butcher the words, but the melody's like, and yeah, I know. I mean, and then that was cool, real laid back. And the beat, very simple. Doom, 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 doom. Like that was just it. He was just lightly just boom, 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 and that's how he described it when he was making the beats. And she colored it, whoever the melody. While you're doing, just imagine Don't, don't, don't. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And no do 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 do. Like, I mean, they just my timing's a little fucked up because I'm trying to do both at once, but ba ba ba. And then you swimming on top of it. Do 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 do. And yeah, no. I mean, and then somebody said, "Let the chorus breathe." That's what I know. That's what I know had to be said, because the B section was, "Baby, I'm a bad bitch, and da 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 da." I can't, like, it moved. So you go from do 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 do. And then somebody said, "Now slow it down. Baby, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Nothing too bad, got me feeling so good. Baby, I'm sorry." I mean, what the fuck? Such brilliance and craftsmanship when it came to putting that song together. You know, and the amount of time, and this is why I say writing songs now, it's like there's a craft to this. There's layers to this shit. It's all instrumentation. Even the voice is an instrument, you know. So you have to know how to play. You have to find your space, is what I'm trying to say. And there's an art to finding your space so that you're not bulldozing, or you're not overcrowding, you're not in the way of. And that is it can be hard when you are a singer or a writer who is writing to a track that is already fully crafted, because you are literally trying to figure out where you can fit in. But there's an organic thing, there's a beauty that happens when we're creating this dance that we're doing. And that's what I mean by when you're in the studio with the producer, or you're producing while you're creating. That there's just like what he had been to do, where he's like, just start playing, and then she's like, and so he's adding while she's singing, and she's singing while he's adding and tweaking, and there's just such this beauty that's caught in the moment, and that's what we as the audience get to hear. But I just love her. First of all, Demi Lovato's range is insane, but she has it all, in my opinion, like a Beyonce, where it's like both the tone and the quality of the vocal ability and the range, everything fits together really well, you know. And so that song, "Baby, I'm sorry." First of all, "Baby, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry." I mean, right away, such audacity, such cockiness, such ballsiness right there. It's like that pulls you in, because like, what? But then she's telling a story, and the story is relatable, it makes sense, and it's drawing me in. It's well written. All right. And my last one is from one of the queens herself, Beyonce, "Dangerously in Love." Oh, man, like, I mean, this is that. Everything about it. You know, the track is, you know, in the track, for me, I wasn't even like, I don't even really know what was happening in the track, but whatever was happening in the track, it did not distract me from what she was doing. I mean, vocally, the words, you know, this is one of those songs another one where it's like very wordy, okay? Very wordy song, but wordy where it doesn't bother me. The wordiness is not a problem for me. I actually liked it because it told a story that didn't bore me, that didn't make me feel like, oh my God, why so much? "Baby, I love you, you are my life. Happiest moments were incomplete if you weren't by my side. You're my relation, connection to the sun." I could be listening to stuff. "With you next to me, there's no darkness I can overcome. You're the raindrops, I am the sea. You and God, who's my sunlight beside me, I bloom so beautifully. Baby, I'm so proud to be your girl. You make the confusion go away in this cruel and misty world. I am in love with you, you set me free. I can't do this thing called life without you here with me, oh my God. First of all, it's a song for a singer's singer, but it's written for a writer's writer. You know, everything makes sense, and it's a personal story to her, so you know she was involved in telling that story, which is great. Like, later on in my destiny, I see myself having a child. I see my whole future. I see myself, I forget all the lyrics, but Lord, above my love for you, sometimes I wanna cry. Realize all my blessings are grateful I have you by my side. Just again, it's not just about vocal ability in terms of volume and in terms of range. It's about making me feel what you feel. It's about the emotion. And Beyonce has this thing sometimes where she'll do a growl. Realize all my blessings, I'm grateful to have you by my side. Like that right there, it makes a person feel like she's serious when she's talking about this message. So I don't only like a song because it's well written or because it's a catchy beat. Sometimes I'll like a song because of how the artist delivered the damn thing, right? The song may not have the greatest of all lyrics, or it could be simple as shit. Like, in my opinion, Rihanna's songs can be very simple, but sometimes that simplicity is what the song is demanding and warranting, and sometimes that can make it even more memorable because there's not so much going on. So it's different for every artist, for every song, right? And to have the ability to match all these elements together, they work well together. One thing doesn't take it away. This isn't too loud. You aren't too low. You aren't too emotionalist. I'm not gonna say no names because I hate to say bad things. You know, I want to keep it real with you guys, and that's why I do this, because I don't want to like sugarcoat anything or lie. But there was, you know, I remember watching a music video one time, and I saw an artist, and the song was a hit, but I remember seeing the video and she had no expression on her face. It was almost like she just was not there. It was like a job. All right, I gotta be here. I gotta do this, and we're gonna do and wrap it up. Like, that's the way I received it. Not that she had to jump up and down all the fucking place and kind of like, you know, be extra, but I just kind of didn't feel it because I didn't feel like she was feeling it. So there are so many parts to this thing. This is a song isn't gonna be a hit just because you had all this emotion, but it's also, it can hurt it, you know, being successful because you don't even seem like your heart is in it. You know what I mean? So like, it's very relative. Other people might say, what? Please, I still loved it or whatever, or I like her, she was pretty, or whatever the hell might have been the reason why they gravitated towards that artist. But I remember thinking to myself, wow, I realized in watching her the importance of conveying this emotion. That's what, like, matching the two together. Like, how are you gonna be like selling this song and saying you're really pissed off at this man, but yet you have a stone face and you're just kind of like, yeah, you know, he hurt me, you know, like, okay, well, what does hurting you look like? For real. Don't we have like, yo, he hurt me. Like, give me that vulnerability so that I can be drawn in, that I can relate to, that I can understand. You know, that's me personally. Okay, guys, that was my top 5 female R&B songs of all time. You can write yours down below if you want to join in the conversation. If you have any that you like, let me know what you think about my top 5. And yeah, if you have any ideas or whatever, or, you know, questions or comments, this is an interactive channel. This is why I do my videos. I don't just want to talk at you guys. You know, I want to collaborate. I want this to be a conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid for people to say, oh, that's a whack choice. This is mine, because that's what this is what this is all about. You know, us connecting with each other, sharing our thoughts and ideas. And hopefully you guys like this video. So stay tuned for the next The Right Hustle upload. And until then, it's your girl Phoenix Novell signing off. Peace out.